Hey, are you interested in learning the benefits of developing your intuition and understanding how your life is going to completely change? Then check out this video. Hey guys, thanks for joining. If you are interested in learning about intuition, what is it? Why do I care to learn about it? How is my life going to change? What's the big deal? Then you're in the right place. If you are new and just passing through, let me introduce myself. My name is Amanda. I am spiritual coach, past life regression facilitator, and tarot reader over on theintuitivewife.com. We talk about all things intuition on this channel, metaphysical, energy healing, woo-woo, whatever, you name it, we talk about it. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to hit like and subscribe, or like and subscribe. I don't know. I'm getting backwards already, and I've just started. I'm already confused. If it's something you're interested in, hit like and subscribe so that you can be notified of future videos. If you are a regular and tuning back in, hello, I'm happy to have you here. Welcome back. So let's get into this video. I recently had a conversation with someone about intuition, and they asked me to explain what the benefits are of developing their intuition. So there are quite a few reasons, in my opinion, that you should develop your intuition. Now, before I get into those reasons, it's important to remember that intuition is divided into, I'll call them sections, called clairs. There's, off the top of my head, clairtangency, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance. There's so many clairs, so it's hard to put into words what it truly means to develop your intuition, because you have so many things available to you to tap into. So it's not like I can say, if you develop your intuition, you will always know this, because you're not always going to know it. Sometimes you're going to feel it. Sometimes you're just going to sense it. It's a little bit hard to put into words, so bear with me. I'm going to try my very best. So speaking of knowing, that is actually where I'm going to start today's video. One of the main benefits of developing your intuition is having a sense of knowing. And I can't even stress the amount of gratitude I have towards this sense of knowing. Knowing when that person you meet is sketchy AF. When that person, whether it's your best friend or the cashier or your mom or whoever, is flat out lying to you, you know it. When maybe you're offered a job and you just know this isn't the right fit. Or maybe it's complete opposite. You know that this is absolutely the job that you should be taking, hands down. There is this sense of knowing, almost like your questions are answered always, and you don't have to worry so much because you already know the answers. Another reason, huge reason, I think, to develop your intuition is it helps you to learn who you are, because there's a lot of work that goes into developing your intuition, a lot of inner work, a lot of journaling, a lot of shadow work, a lot of mindset blocks, a lot of perspective shifts. There's a lot that happens when you're developing your intuition, and you really learn a lot about yourself in the process. You could think your entire life that you are a shy, quiet introvert, but really, after doing the work, you're realizing that's not actually who you are or what you are. There is a specific thing, a specific event, and a specific memory, a specific past life trauma that has been holding you back from being your true, authentic self, which could be completely opposite of being a shy, quiet little introvert. Not that there's anything wrong with being a shy, quiet little introvert. I am one of those shy, quiet little introverts, so no judgment from me. Not only do you discover who you really are, but it brings you so much closer to understanding your life purpose, or your soul purpose, whichever word you want to use, because you have learned so much about yourself. You have learned your likes, your dislikes, your special skills and talents. There's just some things that you might not know now that you discover along the way and leads you to your life purpose. Also, if you're wondering who the hell is this chick, I am a spiritual coach. Part of my job is to teach people how to develop and trust their intuition so that they can really find their purpose and their joy and happiness in this world. I am the person who helps other women get out of the life that they were told to live and step into the life that they were meant to live. And the foundation of that is intuition. Another really great perk of developing your intuition is that you always have a support system. Just because you may not see them doesn't mean they're not there. We all have angels and spirit guides and ancestors who are with us on a regular basis. So if you're having a crap day, or if you are faced with a situation and you don't really know, you're not quite sure if this decision is the right decision, ask your angels and guides. They'll tell you. You'll also be able to not only call on them for help, but recognize their answers. And their answers could be in the form of clairaudience, where you hear the response. It could be in the form of feathers and numbers and coins. And there's so many different ways that they can communicate with us because they are not physical beings. They do not have a voice box. So they have to get creative. Developing your intuition helps you decipher their messages. Something else that developing your intuition helps you do is something that is very difficult in the beginning, but eventually you do get there. It is understanding the difference between intuition, fear, and ego, because they all want to be in the front of the line. They all want to be dictating what should and shouldn't be happening, or what you should and shouldn't be doing. And for the most part, we are driven by ego and fear. So once you've developed your intuition, you're able to understand which one of them is trying to get into the driver's seat. If it's not your intuition, it's not the one you should be listening to. Another reason you should develop your intuition, and this one is a little bit of a heavy one, it helps ease anxiety and depression. The reason I say this is because I seriously feel like there is a massive lack of happiness in this world. And I truly, truly believe one of the main reasons for that is because we are not listening to ourselves, to what our heart wants, what our soul wants. We are just doing, trying to get to the next stage, trying to get to the better job, trying to get to the more expensive car, trying to get to the bigger house. We have been placed under this microscope by society where we have to be perfect and everything needs to be achieved in a certain order, and that's just not how things are. That's not realistic. Once you are able to tune into yourself, what you want and need, what your soul is wanting, desperately wanting you to do in this lifetime, it makes things so much easier. It takes the pressure off significantly. So it really does, in my opinion, ease the anxiety and depression that we experience, because we no longer care so much about society and what they think we should want. Another really great reason to develop your intuition is because it helps you talk to and understand your body. So if you are someone who always has headaches, for example, you might be the person who automatically reaches for the Tylenol or the Advil or Motrin. I don't even know what else what else is on the shelf for headaches. But anyway, you could be in a position right now where you just reach for the Tylenol. I know I would take tons a day because all I had was headaches from when I woke up to when I went to sleep. Now, a headache is approached in a different way. I am able to look at the headache or assess the headache and understand what it is. Is it that I'm dehydrated and I really just need some more water? Is it that I've been sitting at the computer for too long and the muscles in my neck are getting sore and it's causing a tension headache? Is it because I've gone too long without eating? For me, there is always a specific message behind the headache. And it's so easy to just tune in and be like, what does this headache mean? Da, da, da. Okay, now I have my answer. Go drink some water. 10, 15 minutes later, my headache is gone. No Tylenol required. You can tune into your body and talk to your body like that for anything. Maybe it's not actually dehydrated. Maybe my third eye chakra is blocked, and that's why I'm getting constant headaches up in this area here. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go check out my previous videos about chakras, what they are, how they help you, and how to clear them on your own. Specifically, the third eye chakra and crown chakra are the ones related to headaches and migraines. So why would you want to develop your intuition? So imagine being in a situation where you just know that you're meant for so much more. You don't know what that is, you don't know how to get there, but you're feeling stuck and maybe even a little bit miserable. You have all the things you're supposed to have, the car, the stable job, the roof over your head, but you're not feeling it. You're just going through the motions. That is the perfect time, in my opinion, to start developing your intuition if you haven't started already, because that is your soul's way of telling you that you are meant for something more, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be feeling that call. So you are meant for something more, and it is trying to nudge you into the right direction so that you can get closer to where you're really supposed to be. Because the theory is, whether you choose to believe it or not, we all choose to come to this earth when we are in spirit form, and we choose to experience different experiences, good and bad. And we have a purpose, an end goal before we come to this earth. But when we come to this earth, our memories are wiped clean. So we don't remember what it is exactly that we signed up for, which is why we have the angels and spirit guides, so that they can help lead us and cheer us on and help us through those difficult times and help push us in the direction that we're supposed to be going based on the commitments that we made before we came into this physical earth. And maybe that sounds a little too out there, and that's completely okay. Like I said, that's a theory. Choose to believe it or don't. But in all honesty, when you do start to develop your intuition, it really does seriously change your life. You start to have a new perspective on things. You start to care less about certain things and start to care more about other things that really are more important. Like maybe you're one of those people who works like 14, 15, 16 hours a day, which is insane. But maybe after working on your intuition, you start to realize that's not really how you want to live, and start to work less hours and start focusing more on whether it's yourself and self-development, or whether it's one-on-one time with your kids, or you start to appreciate and want to have more of the small moments in life that really aren't so small. And I would also like to mention that it is not something that is always intentionally started when you develop your intuition. It is not something I had planned to do. It's just something that I kind of sort of figured out, and it was hard and it was lonely and it was confusing. I was always judgy of myself because I didn't really understand what was happening. I didn't know that what I was doing was developing my intuition. So if you are starting to feel or have been feeling like there's just something more out there for you, then I strongly encourage you to start working on yourself and your intuitive abilities, because they really do take you on the path less traveled and help you to discover really interesting things about yourself and the world around you. I feel like I haven't even done a good enough job of expressing what happens when you develop your intuitive abilities and why you would even want to and how your life changes. But trust me, your life changes. There are days where I think about where I was 10 years ago, and I can't even imagine ever going back to that place. I can't even imagine living another day like I did back then. It's just everything has shifted. Everything. So let me know in the comments what your questions are about intuition, whether it's Why would I even want to? How do I start? I don't know. Whatever questions you have about intuition and intuitive abilities, let me know in the comments below. I would love to help you in any way that I possibly can. And I hope you found this video helpful and educational in some way. If you did, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you are feeling called to, you are more than welcome to come on over to my Facebook group, The Spiritual Apprentice. I will put the link for the group in the description box below if that's something that you want to check out. So until my next video, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!